A beautiful welcome to each and every one of you. Hello and welcome. Today is August 13th. And for those of you who know why we are here, we are celebrating somebody's very special birthday. I see the chat's already going crazy with the announcements. So let's start off by giving a super happy birthday to Niraj Naik, the founder of SOMA Breath. We are doing this event once a year where we all come together and we get to breathe together, get high. And is that such a bad thing when we get to do it with our natural states, our bodies, with a community, and so much more? We are here and we're going to be spending just a couple hours together, having a good time, getting sure to connect. And for those of you who have no idea what Soma Breath is, have no idea who Niraj is, no worries. You're about to have an incredible experience with all of us here at Soma Breath and the entire community of Somis. If you are new and you're wondering what is a Somi, that may just be you by the end of the session today. My name is Jason Mark Campbell. I'll be the host for today, just creating a containment for everyone here. Make sure we all get to connect. We're going to have a chance to introduce Niraj, who's going to be leading the session for today as well. And we're coming here as Soma Breath, a school that certifies instructors around the world to be able to conduct breathwork sessions, journeys, and we are also the leaders behind the Cambridge studied personal protocol called the 21-day awakening journey, which is a 3-week journey that allows people to have complete transformations of their mind, body, and soul into finding a life of purpose and clarity. And we regularly do our breathe togethers, and this is one of our beautiful annual events in celebration of the anniversary, in celebration of Niraj, in celebration of our tribe that keeps growing year after year as we bring more people to discover the amazing power of the breath and realizing that we can in fact get high on our own supply. You know, it's very interesting because even the concept of saying we're getting high together, there's a lot of negative association. There's even maybe guilt that comes up, like, is it right to get high? And we've always associated perhaps this language with the use of illicit drugs, perhaps thinking of taking substances to get to an elevated state. But humanity throughout the ages has always wanted to connect to higher states. But we might have gotten a little lost along the way, thinking the only way you can do that is by taking substances that come with side effects, that have long-term negative effects, when really, when we find ourselves being able to connect to the beautiful, blissful, natural state of being in this elevated state and realizing we can do this with just the power of the breath, coming together with a community and being able to celebrate together is one of our peak human experiences possible. Can I get a yes, yes with that? I'm going to be that guy who's going to get you to use a lot of the chat and type in the things when I ask you. So please, a double yes would be a great thing to put into the chat if you are resonating, because if so, you are in the right place. Because yes, we will be having a breath session. Yes, you will find yourself moving, and yes, you will learn a ton of cool stuff if you are brand new to Soma Breath, which often is the point where I want to bring in my really cool tools to see what's going on and make sure that this is a conversation. I'm going to reset my slide here. Let's see what's going on. Ooh, look at all these wonderful things. I'm going to reset this. Let's reset. Everybody, take your fingers off the keyboard, and you're going to be writing one word in a moment. That word is going to be a country that you are in right now. I'm hitting reset and type in country. So we get a list of all the countries that are here right now. And beautifully, we're going to see the tribe that's coming together from around the world. So type in country. And yeah, we're going to see a couple come up. United States and USA are going to be different. However, you want to write your country. Look at what's going on here. This is a global tribe that's tuning in together. Makes us very excited. You know, when we went out to create Soma Breath and being able to connect people to be able to breathe beautifully, we know that if we can make this a global movement, we get to make a positive change in the world. And to see all these countries coming together, myself tuning in from Ottawa, Canada. And so I saw a few of you earlier were introducing yourselves there. And okay, well, since we're having fun with this, hands off the keyboard, we're going to do something different. We're going to do a little poll. I love asking these little questions. Let's see, who is here? I love asking this question where now you're going to type a one, two, three. If you type in one, you are new to Soma Breath. This is the first time you're like, oh my God, I decided to click on that email finally and decide to join one of these events. Or perhaps you're a regular Somi, you've come to a lot of breathing events together. You know the Niraj birthday is always a great time to connect, and so you're here. Or you're already an instructor, perhaps you're becoming one, you're coming here to join the tribe, the community. All instructors, we're going to announce a little surprise for you guys at the end, a little birthday thing, but more on that later. And so, wow, a ton of you are completely new. Okay, we're going to go over some of the basics. We're going to get you guys to discover. And I will say, if I can get a promise from everyone here who is new, is make sure you have no distractions. I hope you're open to pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone so that if we get you to stand and dance, I hope you're going to be comfortable enough to do it, because I promise you it feels great and you're going to be smiling by the end of the session today. Matter of fact, we always do a little bit of a poll. And so I'll have you all step away from the keyboard and start once again. See, I think a lot of people are still typing in the last results. I'm going to reset this. And I'm just going to ask how everybody is feeling right now. You know, a 10 out of 10 versus a 1 out of 10. You know, before you jumped on this webinar, where are we sitting on our feeling? Because we're always trying to raise the state. We want to get people into a higher state, blissful feeling, happy feeling. That's the default state we should be experiencing as humans. And so we're going to see. And look, if we're having a hard day, we hope to bring a positive light to the day, hoping to make a little change here. So wherever you're standing, that's perfectly fine. We might do what we can with what we know to get you to step up one level a little higher on that ladder with the tools that we know and that we've walked thousands of people through to really bring them a positive transformation. So there we go. We're sitting on a 6.7. Let's have a look at how that's going to evolve as we continue through this session today. All right. One more thing I'm going to do, and by the way, you guys are doing fantastic with all the interactions. So all you, my God, we're sitting over 600 people. More keep joining every minute. So stick around. We're going to have a great time. One more question I'll have you do, which is emotion. I'm going to have you think of a one-word emotion that seems to be what is the predominant emotion in the world today, okay? I'm going to hit reset here. What do you feel is the dominant emotion in the world right now? And how we're maybe trying to transcend that in the process, right? And look, it doesn't take me too many promptings to see what has been a little bit of what's been happening. I feel, I don't know for yourselves, but I know for myself, I've seen things like a little bit of overwhelm, some fear, anxiety. It seems like things have been kind of escalating. And when we come together and do these types of events, is we want to get people to realize that we are not powerless to what is happening in the world right now. There are some powerful things that we can do, and we have so much agency and control. And we're going to show you just a glimpse of how that can be used in the session today, which I think for Niraj and on behalf of everyone here at Soma Breath, What we want to be able to do is change states. And you're going to have one powerful state change today so that we can look at the state of the world and be like, maybe that's what's happening there, but I'm going to be a beacon of light that is shifting the energy into a different direction. And if that is something you're hoping to do on today's session, once again, you are in the right place. Final things I'm going to do on a administrative kind of moderation point of view is a couple questions I know are coming at the back of the mind of most people on these sessions. Number one, will this be recorded? Absolutely. You will get a recording. We do hope you can stay for the entire live experience because as you see with all the interactions, it makes it really fun and engaging. But if you miss a part or you want to repeat the session, you'll have a replay available. Second is if you look on Zoom, right at the bottom here, there's usually a button that says react. I've seen a couple hearts come up, but I want to make a test. Can you guys just hit the react button? There's even a drop down to choose the reaction you want to do. And I want to make sure everyone knows how to work that button. And for me, at least on this side, maybe for you, it's on that side. I don't know if I'm being mirrored or not, but I'm seeing the love, I'm seeing the laughs, I'm seeing the celebration. And while the sessions are happening, Niraj says something that you're resonating with. That is a button you can always use to give a nudge, an acknowledgement, and we get to see that. It's highly motivating, it's really fun, and it makes this whole thing interactive. And I believe those are the major things I want to cover. Again, we usually budget around 90 minutes when we do these sessions, but hey, if we're having fun, we're not going to do a cutoff. So I would say set aside 2 hours should be an ideal amount of time to be able to get everything done for today. And I'm going to finish off by just asking again in the chat if you guys are ready for me to bring the man of the hour, the birthday boy himself, to be able to take us on this journey of how to achieve a drug-like high naturally and safely by using only the power of the breath. Again, so many of you are new here, but Soma Breath, we've been around for almost a decade. Niraj, a man who went through a personal health transformation himself, discovering the power of the breath in the process, has used it to heal himself and has now inspired thousands around the world to be able to use the tools of the breath and bringing this to the masses is here with us today. He will be your presenter, your mentor, and your experience extraordinaire. Let's give a warm welcome to Niraj Naik to take the stage and lead us through this beautiful masterclass on his birthday. Niraj, the floor is yours.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Is it loud and clear? Just to be
Yeah.
100% sure.
I mean, for
Yep.
me, it's loud and clear. I'm going to ask the audience, are we hearing
Yeah.
Niraj loud and clear? Type in some yes in the chat. So I think so. I think we're good to go. You have a beautiful setup there. So I love the microphone. Everything is coming in clear and I love it.
Okay, great. Perfect. So we're in the right place then. Wow, so many people have joined this. This is exciting. Right, almost 700 participants. Fantastic. Well, yesterday was a very auspicious occasion, once in a lifetime experience for me. Who here, if anyone, saw the eclipse yesterday on the 12th of August? Anyone? Who saw it? Me, yeah, yes, a few of you. Well, you may have seen my Instagram updates, but yesterday it also happened to be my 48th birthday. And that really is like a real synchronicity because 4 plus 8 is 12. It was the 12th of August. And it's literally the chances of this full moon, this eclipse happening is so small. Like it rarely happens. The last time I think it was 1905. And again, it's going to happen again, believe it or not, on my birthday in 2045. So I'm going to be in my 70s then. But for some reason, on the 12th of August, you get this eclipse, but you also got the meteoroid shower, which was also spectacular, watching the meteorites showering across. So it was a very auspicious time. So what we planned for this was a special Soma Breath ceremony for the whole Ibiza community where I'm based. So I'm just going to give you a little view of the eclipse. For those of you who missed out on it, I was very fortunate to be here in Ibiza where it was a total eclipse, so complete blackout. And we did like one of the most amazing experiences I think I've ever done. so far as in SOMA Breath. I'm just going to show you a little clip of that. 1 second. So this was it. Check this out. You see it?
Yeah, we can see it.
Oh, this was the partial eclipse happening. And then, so during this whole time, I was actually leading a whole breathwork ceremony, right? While this was going on. So then, what that turned into was the most epic breath rave here in this location of Ibiza. It's a place called Moon Beach, and the just the energy of that place, you can imagine. All these people coming together. The police actually blocked roads everywhere, so quite a few people actually who wanted to come couldn't because they blocked the roads, which was very annoying. Including some of our instructors who came all the way over here from quite a long distance. Some of them who were coming to Austria retreat, they also didn't get through. I mean, they had the amazing time anyway, another part of the island. But this is what it looked like eventually. It's completely full total eclipse. It's probably not the best photo. I've got other ones. And we got a lot of professional photos of the whole thing. So let me just talk you through quickly what we actually did. So I actually led for the whole community a SOMA Breath rave experience. So it was a combination of our method, which we're all about to experience together, because the celebration hasn't finished, it's still carrying on today on this call, where I took everyone through a group intention, and the people that came for this experience are part of this community called United Planet, and they are they run these amazing transformational retreats all over the world in various locations, but they bring CEOs, politicians, change makers, high impact people from all around the world, the top leaders on these transformational experiences. And so this time, you can imagine I had this huge, amazing group, and they made it for my birthday as well. So we had this incredible birthday ceremony together. So if you watch my Instagram, you'll see some of the stories I've already posted on my Instagram. You can check it out. So if you go to Niraj Naik Official, you can follow me on Instagram, and you can find out more about what we do there as well. So for me, it was one of the most incredible moments, okay? Because it was a coming together of so many things. So many things had to have happened for me to be there doing this session. And just like 15 years before that, when around 2010, 2011, I was going through a really difficult time, right? I had ulcerative colitis, I had an autoimmune disease that left me housebound for almost a year. I'd lost a third of my body weight. I was extremely sick. And if somebody had told me back then that in 2026 you'd be doing a special breath-based ceremony for all these change makers coming together in Ibiza, I don't think I would have believed them, because it's just unbelievable. We just can't make this stuff up. But it did happen, right? And so I want to give some of you hope, right? Anyone who right now may be going through a tough time, okay? Anyone here who maybe has experienced like what I went through, addiction problems, alcohol problems, like feeling like an alien because you know you want to do something better with your life, but everyone around you loves to get to drink, take drugs, get off their heads, and want to spend their time doing mindless stuff. I was that guy for a long time, but I was battling that environment. I was battling it inside. My soul was in pain. It really didn't belong there. And when your soul is in pain, okay, you get miserable, right? You feel it inside, and you'll try and raise your vibration. You'll try and get higher with what you know, okay? So for some people, that's going to be cocaine. Others going to be alcohol. Others going to be sex, masturbation. Others is going to be eating food, right? And then for others, it's going to be following what everybody else does, right? And just trying to fit in and belong. And when you stop belonging, right, when you start feeling alien, it makes you quite depressed. That's one of the first things that triggers depression is loneliness. So back then I felt really alone, right? And then I had a breakdown and my body suffered. And that was from years of abusing myself. That really was the thing that tipped me over the edge. It was all the stress that I went through in my career as a pharmacist. But it was all those years of not knowing how to deal with my low moods, right? By using things as a temporary way to get high that has a massive crash afterwards, right? Alcohol makes you have a massive crash. The hangovers I used to get, I mean, I don't know how I'm still alive today. There were times where I'd wake up in my car on a Monday morning having no idea how I got there, reeking of alcohol. And these were the times where I was like, okay, wait, maybe I've gone a bit too far. But I had some pretty insane hangovers and come downs from all the drugs I was taking on the weekends. So, you know, all this took its toll on me. I got an autoimmune disease. I was really housebound. But this was one of the best things that happened to me. It was a gift. Okay? Because here is where I discovered the power of the breath. This was the time when I was able to cop out of this madness of a rat race I was spinning on all the time and discover a new way to live. All right? And what I'm trying to tell you here is that I don't want people to have to suffer like I did to learn that there's a better way, right? And I know some of you maybe on this call, you've already been through all of this. I'm already speaking to maybe the converted, you already know this. But maybe now you're more inspired by my story to actually carry this forward and help others get out of the rat race maybe you've been in too, right? And you know, hopefully this little celebration we're going to do for my birthday is going to inspire you even further to maybe pursue this as a potential way to help others, right? So I really managed to turn things around with what I'm about to share with you. It was a catalyst, and that was the power of the breath, okay? And what I discovered with the breath, okay, was that not only can breath techniques help us heal, right? But they can also upgrade us cellular level to become more healthy, right? To become more energy, more fitness, more stamina, but also as a way to raise your vibration, to raise your mood, to get into a high vibe state, right? Without the crash. And if you practice these breath-based techniques regularly, this high stays with you. This afterglow, it stays with you because we're changing the physiology. So I'm going to talk all about why the breath can affect our mood so dramatically. It's really simple as well. So what I discovered was a pharmacy of techniques, but also techniques that are like, or experiences that are like the substitute for recreational drugs as well, and even things like alcohol. So what I discovered was that there was a new way to go and have a party. So instead of going to a club where you're surrounded by people who are drinking all the time, I discovered things like ecstatic dance, right? And like sober raves. And now I could have fun without getting off my head and having hangovers. And then I discovered there's all these amazing people, amazing high vibe community of people who were just like me, who just thought the same way, the same values. And then I suddenly changed my environment and became so much happier in the process. So what I want to tell you here right now is that, look, if you're stuck in a bit of a rut where you feel like nobody connects with you, you don't really, connect with people around you anymore, there is amazing people out there already. There's amazing tribes and communities of people who know how to have a good time without getting off their heads, right? Well, they do still get off their heads. They just do it with the breath instead. Right, and it doesn't have all those horrible side effects that come with drugs and alcohol and stuff. So what I want to do is I want to play you some couple of videos that actually explains the mechanism behind how Soma Breath works so well. All right, so I'm just going to cue you up a couple of videos. Give me 1 second. And then we're going to do a bit of a ceremony. We're going to do a bit of a breath rave and breath work experience just to call in my new year of being now 48 years old. Okay, so just bear with me 1 sec. I need to get this videos. Okay. All right, so this one is the first one. Okay. All right. These are brand new videos. Hope you enjoy.
You already own a pharmacy. It's inside you, and it makes the exact chemistry most people go looking for outside. Breathe the right way, and your body releases its own feel-good chemistry. 5 key players. Their initials spell ADOSE. 5 natural chemicals, 1 for each letter. Anandamide, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins. Your own transformation cocktail. A is anandamide, the bliss molecule. It lifts your mood and it loosens the grip of old memories. D is dopamine, the drive molecule. Focus, motivation, the pull to actually get up and move. O is oxytocin, the bonding hormone. And connection is no small thing. Loneliness and disconnection are among the greatest drivers of depression and even disease, especially heart disease. With Soma Breath, that bond grows inward and beyond, a deeper bond with yourself and with something greater, a higher power, union with the absolute, whatever name you give the energy you came from. And breath is the trigger. Slow rhythmic breathing wakes the vagus nerve and releases oxytocin, and with the right intention and guidance, it helps rewire your brain. Soma Breath calls this neurosomatic programming. S is serotonin, the steadiness molecule, the quiet, level, hard-to-rattle calm that holds a mood together. E is endorphins, your body's own painkillers, a natural wave of relief and quiet euphoria made in-house. Here's the deeper secret. Most drugs work on your autonomic nervous system, but your breath is a remote control for that same system, and you control the dose. Breathe in, and your energizing side switches on. Breathe out, and your calming side takes over. Breathe in perfect rhythm, and the two fall into balance. It's why people chase a stimulant buzz that ends in a crash, or a drink to unwind that ends in a hangover. Breath can give you the lift and the calm, with no side effects. Healthier, happier, and naturally high. Released one at a time, each is nice. Released together, in one breath session, they open a window. In that window, old patterns go soft and workable. It's the reprogramming window, the moment change can actually stick. So you upgrade 2 things at once. The hardware, brand new brain cells, and the software, brand new wiring. That's why a good session feels like more than relaxing. Your chemistry shifts and your brain gets a little more you. This is where Soma Breath makes meditation and breathwork easy. The music guides every breath, so you simply follow along. The pharmacy was always yours. You just needed the key, and the key turns out to be your own breath.
Oh, Niraj, you're still muted. But for everybody that's asking about the
Yeah.
video, I have like 5 messages from instructors are like, is this going to be a part of Big? Can I have access to this video?
Yes. 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 It's pretty much complete. And there's more on every kind of aspect of SOMA Breath, but this was just to highlight the fact that your breath controls your autonomic nervous system. Okay, and most medications, most drugs on the market, they work on either parasympathetic or sympathetic nervous system. So sympathetic is your active, energizing side to the nervous system that is also part of your fight and flight response, okay? But you need your sympathetic nervous system. It's important. It's what allows you to get stuff done. The parasympathetic calms you down. It's the rest digest mode. It's called that for a reason. It's stimulated by the vagus nerve. Now, some drugs depress the sympathetic nervous system. Okay, alcohol is one of them. Okay, that makes you feel sleepy and helps you go to sleep. Benzodiazepines, certain relaxants do the same thing. Sympathetic stimulants are like caffeine, right? Cocaine. They get you higher, right? Steroids also work on that side. Now, drugs aim to work on both sides, but the thing is, you can affect both sides just with your breath, okay? That's the amazing thing with the breath. So every time you breathe in, your nervous system goes up a bit, your sympathetic goes up. Every time you breathe out, parasympathetic turns on. So when you breathe in a perfect rhythm, you harmonize, balance both sides of the nervous system. So if you want to go to sleep, what we create in SOMA Breath is these rhythmic breathing tracks where you double the exhale versus the inhale. So when you do this continuously, you turn on the parasympathetic and you feel really relaxed. You feel like blissed out, and also helps you go to sleep. All the muscles in your body relax. The slow rhythmic breathing tracks. Now, to affect the sympathetic nervous system, there's a few ways to do that. You can either breathe in longer than you breathe out, like this. And you can try it right now, okay? I'm going to demonstrate it right now. If you breathe in like this, so if you take a long, forceful inhale and then just let go, and then forceful inhale, let go, you'll find your nervous system turns on. So let's try that together for 10 breaths. So if you breathe in like this, so do that for 10 breaths and notice how you feel. And then stop after 10 breaths. Feel a bit giddy, right? A little bit dizzy, yeah. So you actually just create a bit of adrenaline burst there, and you may feel lightheaded because what you did was you breathed out CO2, excess CO2. You hyperventilated. Hyperventilation turns on your sympathetic nervous system. It turns on your sympathetic, makes you more stressed out than you need to be. Now here's the thing, most people are already on sympathetic nervous system overdrive, right? So you've probably heard this whole topic of nervous system regulation. Like everywhere you go on the internet now, that's all people talk about. Regulate your nervous system, right? Nervous system regulation. Well, here's the thing. The easiest way to do that is with your breath, okay? The easiest way to dysregulate is to hyperventilate. You'll probably also see on the internet lots of people doing extreme hyperventilation type breathwork experiences where you see people having all kinds of reactions and seizures. The reason why they're having the reactions like that is nothing to do with they're having this big release. No, they're actually hyperventilating and causing like spasms and seizures because of they're messing up the pH balance of the bloodstream. Your bloodstream is trying to keep a balance of slightly alkaline pH, right? And if you go off that balance, either more acid or more alkaline, you get disease, right? And when you hyperventilate, okay, which has a use and purpose in breathwork, but it's not going to help everybody, believe me. But when you do that extremely, you totally dysregulate the nervous system because you're dysregulating the pH of your bloodstream. When you hyperventilate like that, you breathe out CO2. That makes your bloodstream slightly alkaline. Now here you're going to hear some other nonsense on the internet about do deep heavy breathing to make your bloodstream more alkaline because having more alkaline bloodstream is healthy. This is complete nonsense, okay? Your bloodstream is always kept at a certain pH. If it goes off that balance, right, you die. You get disease. So when you hyperventilate, you're messing up that balance. Your body's trying to work really hard to restore the balance, okay? And then from that, you get these reactions like and seizures and contractions and all that stuff. Now, look, there is a time and place for these types of practices. There's a time and place for them, okay? And we do them only in very small group environments at our retreats, usually in Austria, where I'm present, or our top instructors do them one-on-one or in very small groups where there's a lot of care and attention. Now, what you're seeing these days on the internet is a lot of people going to these classes, wanting to have an experience, like some kind of psychedelic trip, but what's happening is they're getting even more dysregulated because they're hyperventilating for like an hour, 2 hours on a mat, and they're in a huge group with lots of people, so it's going to give you even more anxiety, right? And people are having really bad reactions as a result. Yeah. And what that's doing is it's putting people off breathwork on a big scale. People are going to breathwork classes held by very irresponsible people who haven't really been trained, and they're having bad reactions and they're thinking breathwork is bad. Okay? This is a big problem. So that's why I want to educate you on this, that there are certain techniques that dysregulate your nervous system, and the dysregulation of the nervous system is designed for you to have some kind of trauma reaction. It does it by making you traumatized a little bit. Believe it or not, that's how it works. All right? Now, we don't want to do that in SOMA Breath because there's a better way. In SOMA Breath, what we like to do is the opposite. It is more slower rhythmic breathing, okay? And it's much better for people in this day and age because the world has a very dysregulated nervous system already because of the media, social media, the politicians, the leaders, with all the bad information and news you're getting bombarded with every day. You already are stressed out enough as it is, right? And then you have the bills, deadlines, all your relationships you have to deal with. Everyone's dysregulated these days. So you don't want to go and do intense, crazy breathwork practices like often. Okay, that's like a one-off thing that you do with a specially trained breathwork instructor, right? Preferably a SOMA Breath one. So in SOMA Breath, we go for a different approach. We like to do more slow rhythmic breathing, okay? Even things like coherence breathing. And you can get pretty high just with that, okay? Just with a few minutes of breathing in a rhythm, you can get really high actually. So I want to just demonstrate that, okay? I'm going to play you a session. So give me 1 second. And I'm just going to show you this technique. Oops.
You know what? While Niraj is finding this, I'm actually using the Soma Breath app
Oh,
because
have you
there
got?
is
Yeah.
a global coherence room where you can breathe in a 5-5 rhythm. And Monica, if you're in the chat, this might be a great time for anybody who doesn't have, does anybody not have the Soma Breath app right now? Um, because there's a beautiful free tool that you can use that allows you to experience coherent breathing. We're going to have
Yeah.
that dropped into the chat for anybody who doesn't have it, so you can get that in your devices so you have breath in your pocket with Soma Breath. All right, go ahead,
Yeah.
Niraj.
So that's exactly what I was bringing up. So if you have got the app right now, um, if you haven't got it, you can download it afterwards. For now, I'm going to play it anyway on here. But I highly recommend you get the SOMA Breath app if you haven't got it already, because this has all of the amazing practices that I'm talking about on there. Okay, and you know, if you want to get high on your own supply, you can. We have those practices. If you want to go to sleep can do that too. If you want to relax, you can do that too, right? There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with the SOMA Breath app. So let me just get this for you. Okay. So we're in the global coherence room, and I just want to make sure the sound is now from iPhone. Okay. Okay, so if I go into this,
2, 3, 4,
you hear the
5,
sound?
out, 2, 3,
Yes.
4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4,
Oh look,
5,
there we go.
out.
The cool thing with
2,
this
3,
is that
4,
you're all
5,
able to see who's breathing with you right
2,
now.
3,
Okay, so all you're going to do, very
5,
simple, sit
out,
comfortably with your back
2,
straight,
3, 4,
okay?
5,
And you're just going to
in,
follow the breath.
2,
So you're going to breathe
3,
in
4,
for the count,
5,
5,
out,
breathe out
2,
for the
3,
count
4,
for
5,
5. So breathe
in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5,
breathing in slow through your
2,
nose,
3, 4, 5,
and then out through your nose.
out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4.
So you're breathing
5,
in through your nose,
out, 2,
and preferably
3,
out through your nose.
4,
You
5.
can breathe out through your mouth
in,
as well.
2.
When you breathe in
3,
through your nose, you
4,
automatically
5,
breathe
out,
into your belly.
2,
Okay, remember that.
3.
So
4,
the easiest
5,
way to breathe into your
in,
belly,
2,
diaphragm.
3.
Also, that's
4,
very
5.
like
Out,
bad
2,
teaching.
3.
When they say breathe into
4,
your belly. We don't need to say
5.
that anymore.
In,
Just breathe into your
2,
nose.
3.
Okay, I'm gonna slow
4,
this down now.
5.
I'm just gonna explain
Out,
to you what we're doing.
2, 3, 4,
Okay,
5.
done.
In, 2, 3, 4. Finish.
So a few things about what we just did there. So when you breathe in through your nose, you automatically breathe into your belly, okay? So the only thing you need to worry about is breathing into your nose. That's it. That's the key. When you breathe into your mouth, you usually breathe into your chest, all right? You'll notice it goes into your chest. If you breathe in through your nose, you'll notice it goes into your belly. Okay? So you always breathe into your nose. Now, why the 5 rhythm? Okay? Because for coherence, you need to breathe in for 5 and you breathe out for 5 seconds. So 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out is the rhythm for coherence. Okay? Does it make sense? So it's a different length of time to get into the ultimate 6 breaths per minute coherence breath, because this is what the so Evan, what you're talking about is the 4 in 4 out in a normal SOMA breath session, but that is timed at 60 beats per minute. Okay, so this actually faster than 6 breaths per minute. Right? I mean, sorry, it's slower. It's going to be, we want to have 6 breaths per minute. So 6 breaths per minute is the ultimate coherence tempo, which is 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. So this is in seconds, 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. You know you're breathing at the right tempo. The normal SOMA breath sessions are at 60 beats per minute, right? So when you breathe in for 4 and out for 4, you're actually doing 7.5 seconds for each breath, which isn't 6 breaths per minute. So that's why the coherence, global coherence, is 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. That's what's been shown scientifically to create this state of coherence. And I actually think coherence is the new high. It's the better high. Because what you're doing, if you do this long enough, you'll feel this afterglow that builds up in your system. Because what you do is you normalize the CO2 levels in your physiology. So I'm just going to show you a little video on this now. Okay, the afterglow. So bear with me one sec. Okay. So I think this afterglow is the new high. This is what we really want to be going for, is the afterglow you get from doing consistent SOMA breath practice every day. It's much better than these extreme highs that always have a crash, all right? This is what you really want. Here we go.
There's a feeling after a deep breathwork session. Calm, clear, everything is okay. That glow has a name, the afterglow. You feel light and open, unhurried. The world seems softer, and for a while nothing feels like a problem. That's not just mood. Your nervous system has swung into deep rest, the calm rebound after a peak. Your amygdala, the brain's fear alarm, goes quiet, and its line to the calm, thinking brain grows stronger. There's an old yogic way to picture this. Your nervous system is a fire. For most of us, it's a rough fire. It flares up wildly under stress, then sputters down and burns out. A steady practice turns it into a stable fire. Steady warmth, steady light, never wildly flaring. And here's what makes the afterglow matter. In this glow, your mind is more open and flexible, less gripped by old worry. So what you do here lands deeper. A kind thought, a fresh perspective, a moment of gratitude. It sticks. And each time you return to this state, your brain rewires a little. Scientists call it neuroplasticity. Repeated peaks slowly move your baseline. The passing state becomes a lasting trait. Seasoned practitioners carry a calmer default, even when they aren't practicing. Their resting mind is simply quieter. So the afterglow isn't only a reward, it's a preview of the person you're slowly becoming. Peak in the session, peace afterwards, and over time a better baseline. Bliss without the crash. And because the music carries the journey, you reach it reliably. Keep returning, and calm becomes your baseline.
So the goal of SOMA Breath is to give you an afterglow, right? That lasts. So the net result, and we're going to do a bunch of techniques in a minute together in a sequence. The whole result of SOMA, what we're going for is this change in your default state, a better default state. So the time when you're not doing any techniques, right? It's like how you are just day to day, right? That's what we want to make better. And if you can make that naturally high, happy and healthy, you will not crave all of the stuff that you know causes harm. Your cravings will go. Your addictions start to fade away because you have changed your physiological state. And it can be as simple as what we just did there, the coherence breathing, just starting to do that for a few minutes a day, right? It's all you need to start doing, especially when you're feeling a little bit stressed. Just that alone will start to change your physiology, because what happens is we modulate the most important gas of them all, right? Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is the most misunderstood gas, because a lot of people assume that CO2 is this toxic waste gas that we must get rid of at all costs. But actually, CO2 is what makes you feel naturally high, right? When you breathe out CO2. When you breathe in oxygen. And it's the level of CO2 that determines your ability to get oxygen into where it needs to go, okay? So I want to actually show you a little explanation on that as well, which will just teach you how important CO2 actually is, okay? So there's this one here. And this is the secret to getting naturally high, okay? And then what we're going to do is after this little video, we're going to do a practice that starts to build up your capacity for CO2. Let's just watch this last one, and then we're going to get on with the practice.
Here's something strange. The thing that calms your body in seconds isn't more oxygen. It's a gas you were taught to throw away. That urge to breathe when you hold your breath isn't low oxygen. It's carbon dioxide rising, the master dial of your rhythm. And how sensitive you are to that dial decides everything. Why one person holds calm, while another feels like they're drowning. Follow one breath. In your blood, oxygen rides on a protein called hemoglobin. Picture it as a taxi with 4 seats. These taxis fill up in the lungs and drive off, but they only pull over when they get a signal. That signal is carbon dioxide. The harder a cell is working, like a tiny gym session lifting its dumbbell, the more carbon dioxide it gives off. And that's the message. We need oxygen here. The taxis sense it and pull over exactly where the work is being done. This is the Bohr effect. It's a beautifully efficient system. Oxygen delivered precisely where it's needed most. Without that signal, the taxis would drop oxygen off at random, everywhere, and you'd be huffing and puffing all day just to stay supplied. Carbon dioxide also widens your blood vessels, opening the roads so the taxis can reach further. So here's the paradox. Overbreathe and you blow off carbon dioxide. No signal. The taxis keep driving, doors shut. Your blood can be almost fully saturated with oxygen, while your cells quietly starve. Tissue oxygen falls, oxidative stress rises, a root cause of chronic fatigue, and a driver of disease. The habit behind this has a name: chronic mild hyperventilation, simply breathing more than your body needs, and it has many everyday causes. Breathing through your mouth instead of your nose. Stress and anxiety keeping you on edge. Talking for hours without a pause. That one costs you twice. Your nose is a factory for nitric oxide, a healing molecule that opens your blood vessels and helps oxygen get in. Mouth breathing bypasses the factory, leaving you quietly deficient. Sleeping on your back, with your mouth falling open. Too many stimulants revving you up. And even overeating, making your body work harder. And carrying extra weight or being unfit, raising the load on your breathing day and night. Any of these, day after day, drains your carbon dioxide and leaves your alarm on a hair trigger. A small stress bumps it, the alarm screams, you breathe harder, lose more. Panic isn't weakness, it's low tolerance. Here's the hopeful part. That alarm isn't fixed, it's a setting. Close your mouth, breathe low and slow through your nose, and it turns back down. Each morning at the same time, after a normal relaxed exhale, pinch your nose and time the hold. Stop at the first strong urge to breathe, when it truly becomes uncomfortable, not your maximum. And if that's hard to judge, go to your max and take off a quarter. Do it daily at the same time. The score shifts through the day and you want a clean baseline. Measure the night before too. It's usually your highest. If morning lands close to it, you slept deeply and you'll wake full of energy. Far below it, and your sleep was poor. Morning is usually your lowest score. The body breathes deeper at night without you knowing. It's one reason real yogis practice breath meditation in the morning, to restore inner harmony before the day begins. Researchers at Stanford tested it. 5 minutes a day of long exhale breathing lifted mood more than meditation did. And the most powerful way to raise it is physical exercise. Moving with your mouth closed produces carbon dioxide, teaching your body, session by session, to be comfortable with more. And movement you enjoy works best. In a major analysis in the British Medical Journal, dance ranked among the most effective forms of exercise for lifting depression. In fact, any high-intensity exercise you genuinely enjoy builds stronger mitochondria and better oxygen delivery to your tissues, and that shows up as a better morning breath hold score. But exercise you know is good for you can feel like a chore. So SOMA Breath makes it fun. Dance, movement, and yoga carried by music. So the routine sticks to you instead of you sticking to it. But who can count breaths while panicking? That's what SOMA Breath solves. Set breath to a beat, and the music counts for you. Carbon dioxide was never your enemy. Learn to sit with it, and you hold the master dial to your own calm.
So there we go. So you can now see that Soma breath practices, a lot of it is the ability for you to raise your tolerance to CO2. This is it. And if you can have a higher capacity for CO2, carbon dioxide, not only do you get better oxygenation of all your cells, but you get this natural afterglow that makes you feel high in not an extreme way, but in a blissful way that becomes your default state. That's the whole purpose of Soma Breath, is not to give you these intense peak experiences and just leave you there. No, it's to make your default state better, right? That's the whole point. And we make classes, we make experiences, we make sessions, all designed to give you exercise. We know that exercise is important. Dancing is important. Physical exercise is important. So dancing is our way to get you a dose of physical exercise, right? In the form of breath wave. There's fun, something you look forward to doing every day, right? We also show you different breathing techniques with exercise. They're in like 2 to 3 minutes of exercise a day. You're gonna get more benefits than spending hours down a gym. Okay, that's what we call anaerobic exercise, right? In SOMA Breath. But then we give you these breath-based practices that makes you feel naturally high, that calms your mind and makes your default stay better. And that revolves around delivering a dose of rhythmic breathing, coherence breathing, but then also breath retention. Because when you hold your breath for a certain period of time, around 60 to 90 seconds, you release a dose, as what I talked about in the previous video. And this is your cocktail of neurotransmitters that makes you feel blissfully high. Now, what we did was a whole study with Cambridge University, the biggest breathwork study done today on the 21-day awakening journey, which is our flagship course. And that follows a specific breathwork protocol with breath retentions and movement and dance into a sequence that builds you up gradually to very peak experiences on the last week. But again, it's held by our instructors and it's very contained space. And what the Cambridge University researchers discovered was that we were able to create the same high bliss states as things like MDMA and ketamine and psilocybin that's currently used to treat severe depression, which is considered by many therapists still the #1 treatment for depression, psilocybin, for example. Whereas we can do this just with the breath. So that's our 21-day awakening journey. So all I want to give you is a taste of that right now, of our 21-day awakening journey. We're going to do a little breathwork session together, and we're going to do some movement and dance, okay? And what we also teach you to do is use your breath hold time as a gauge of how healthy you are, how efficient you are at using oxygen. Now, this is a way for you to also see whether you should be doing these high intensity breathwork practices that you often see on the internet, right? Which involve a lot of hyperventilation, because this will show you how dysregulated your nervous system is. If your breath hold time is less than 20 seconds, it usually is a sign you have a dysregulated nervous system and you need to build up gradually to these peak experiences. Another reason why we recommend the 21-day awakening journey, because that gradually builds you up to higher CO2 tolerance to be able to handle these extremely intense breathwork experiences. And this dose of intermittent hypoxia, it upgrades you at a cellular level, right? It really upgrades you at a cellular level. So what that does is a form of breath fasting. When you take oxygen away from the body for a brief period, which we do in this technique, you actually get the benefits of like what intermittent fasting gives you, but much more intensely, more faster. And that's why we call it a breath fast, because you can go without food for weeks, water for days, but breathing only minutes. So when you take away oxygen for a bit instead of food, or you can stack them together as well, just taking away oxygen for a brief period, we're talking about a minute or two, has this dramatic effect of cellular upgrade, okay? If we have time, I'll show you the video on cellular upgrade as well. But first I want to get into the practice. And the way we're going to do that is by measuring your breath hold time first. And you can use this as a gauge for your overall health, okay? So, everybody ready to practice this? So it's the first thing you do in the morning. Usually when you wake up, and we recommend you do this in the morning. We're going to do it right now so you understand how to do it. But to get the real accurate reading, do it in the morning, all right? At the same time, every morning when you wake up, before you've done any other techniques or practices, okay? Just when you get up, within the first 5-10 minutes. Okay, so what you're going to do is, wow. So Coherent just says, I started at 22 seconds. And now by the end of summer, I am to 1 minute, 10 seconds. Wow, amazing. There you go, see? And how do you feel, Carolyn, as a result of doing that? Tell us what's happened to your life as you've improved your breath hold time. So in SOMA Breath, and if you go on the SOMA Breath app, you can record your morning breath hold time. and you can measure your progress. You can track it. And the more you practice our app, the better your breath hold time becomes. All right, which is super cool. Oh look, so Carolyn says depression improved and alcohol free for 2 excellent reasons. Okay, that kind of pretty much sums up everything I've been trying to get at. All right, I've been going a long way around just telling you how Carolyn just got better by improving her breath hold time. All right, there you go. So let's all do it together right now. I'm just gonna get a stopwatch. We can measure the time. And I'm just gonna get our instructors to come in here. Yo, we're gonna do a little breath rate in a minute. Okay. Just hang on.
I do have a stopwatch ready on the screen,
You have it?
Niraj. Yep.
Okay, brilliant. I'm gonna close it off. Okay. I got some special guests here for us. So let's start with measuring the breath hold time. So what you're gonna do is very simple. You sit upright with your back straight. You breathe in through your nose. You breathe out through your nose. You hold your nose, hold your breath, keep your mouth shut, and you hold it until your first big urge to breathe. Okay? Like where it's the first sign of discomfort, where it's like, uncomfortable feeling. Right? You don't do it to your maximum effort. If you do it to your absolute maximum effort, then just take off 25%. That gives you your score. Otherwise, just do it to your first big urge to breathe, where it's a big discomfort, like the first feeling of discomfort. That gives you the score as well. Okay, so in through your nose, normal inhale, normal exhale, hold your nose, hold your breath, hold it to your first sign of discomfort, holding your breath. Okay, let's go. So breathe in, breathe out, hold. Let's go. And just make a note of your score that you see. Okay? Great. Some good scores there. Nice. So, amazing. Some really good scores. Those of you got over 40, how many of you are doing SOMA Breath regularly? I'd love to know if you're, yes, see, there we go, I knew it. Okay. If you do SOMA Breath regularly, you're going to get high scores. So let's talk about the scores. So less than 20 seconds is nervous system dysregulation, sign of poor physical fitness. You may have symptoms like nasal congestion, migraines, health issues, disease even, and your stamina is not going to be so good, especially if it's around the 10 seconds mark, all right? 20 to 40 seconds average. So here you're going to have like average level of health. So, you know, you may get ill a few times a year. You may have the occasional headaches. You might get out of breath when you climb up a flight of stairs, so on. If you have less than 20 seconds, if you climb up a flight of stairs quickly, you'll probably get out of breath, or you'll find it hard to go up a flight of stairs, right? When you get towards 40 seconds and above, you don't get out of breath, right? When you're climbing up a flight of stairs, okay? I mean, yesterday, like, I think it's because I do all these practices, and my breath hold time is way over 40 seconds. Yesterday, we did a hike in 40 degrees centigrade. And we were walking up this pretty steep, side of a mountain, right? In this sweltering heat. And I was talking to this lady, right? She was an amazing, fascinating lady, makes documentaries on Netflix and stuff, and showed some interest in R1, in SOMA Breath. And she was sweating profusely, totally out of breath, just going up the first like 10, 20 minutes of the hike. And I had hardly like, needed to breathe that much. And I was just looking at it and I was like, wow, I quite impressed myself. I was like, well, and then I was looking around me and so many other people were super sweltering, out of breath, struggling in the heat, but I was actually okay. And then that takes me back to when I was in the Himalayas years ago, when I was first training in these very advanced yogic practices. And there was a Swami who happened to be on my mailing list for my music therapy website. And this guy used to live at the Beatles ashram. Maharishi Yogi has the Beatles ashram in Rishikesh. And he was a disciple of Maharishi Yogi. This guy took us on a hike, right? This was before I was doing these practices very religiously. But he took us on a hike around Rishikesh to all these amazing places and the Beatles ashram. At the end of it, we had to beg him to stop because we were absolutely knackered. It was like 35 degrees outside, sweltering heat. Me and my now wife were just super exhausted. This guy didn't drink a touch of water, a drop of water the whole time, and he didn't even get a bead of sweat. I was like, this is a legit superhuman yogi, like the ones they talk about in the Yogananda's book, right? Autobiography of Yogi. He's like the real deal. I've just witnessed it. This guy is a living miracle, right? And he says it's because I do these breathing practices, right? He says this pranayama is the secret to my stamina. And this guy was well into his 70s, right? He wasn't a young dude, right? So this is when I started to get even more fascinated. Like, what have I been missing my whole life? I've helped myself with an autoimmune disease, but now I'm like, what about fitness, stamina, and other things? And that's when SOMA Breath went to another level. That's when I created the curriculum with a medical yogi. A yogi is a medical doctor to make what we've got in SOMA Breath. So everything I teach you here is very scientifically validated, all right? And I've seen the results for myself when you go to places like the Himalayas, when people are doing this all the time as their way of life, all right? And I've noticed it for myself too, right? So this is your exercise from now on. You're going to do this breath hold time first thing when you wake up. And now I'm going to give you a really good morning routine that you can follow. We're going to do the morning routine, okay? It's going to be really cool. I've got some special guests here as well who are going to join me for this, all right? Who can come around here and not be so shy behind the camera. Yay! So these are instructors, right? Raven and Tiffany, who are coming to our Austria retreat, and they've just flown in. Raven came from the US, Tiffany came from South US, and they've done a bit of a mission to come here for my birthday and stuff. So as a treat, we're going to take you through a bit of a breath rave for a bit. So the best exercise you can do, physical exercise, is high intensity training, right? Interval training. Any form of high intensity exercise where you just have a lot of fun doing it at the same time. So there's nothing better than dancing like nobody's watching, right? To some high energy music, okay? And just having a really fun time. So I'm going to put on our most popular song, the anthem, for a lot of people these days, called I Love My Life, all right? And you can find this on Spotify, okay? If you go to Spotify and you type in I Love My Life, SOMA Breath, you're going to find this song and it can become your morning anthem, okay? You can also find it on our app, okay? So I'm just going to play the original, not the remix version, but the original version, which has been like the morning anthem for so many people, including myself, for many years. So I'm just going to load that up. And what you all want to do right now is just to stand up, put your feet hip width apart. And what we're going to do is a bit of dancing, a bit of shaking, a bit of moving, a bit of grooving to this, like nobody's watching. So just wait, I've got to find it. Where's it gone? No.
This is
And
also
what I
the
want you
part I
to
would
do,
encourage everyone to turn on their camera if they want to be a part of our nice dancing breath rave.
yeah, and what I want you to do is while we're doing this, is to only breathe through your nose. Okay, this is what makes it an anaerobic exercise. So don't breathe through your mouth on this. If you find you get out of breath, just slow down, calm down, and then come back to normal breathing. But I want you to try and encourage you to do is to dance like crazy, right? When I tell you, we're going to start with a bit of movement and shaking and getting the energy flowing, and then we're going to go into like a crazy dance like nobody's watching. Maybe I can just find the original track. Where's it? Here it is. Okay. All right. So let's go. And I'm using a special tool for this, which is a SOMA BDJ software. I'm going to see it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, you ready? Let's go. So all stand up. Okay. Let me know you can hear the sound.
Yep, we got it.
Oops, wait. It's gonna sync. Okay, ready? Okay, so first, invite you all. It's like, let's just start. Our hands should be in front of us, a bit loose, like this. Just bounce up and down.
I love my life. I love my life. I love my life.
Use your
I
nose.
love my life. I love my life. I love my
Bring it
life.
up your nose. Just shake.
My life. I love 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 my life.
Shaking.
I love my life. 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 That's right.
You're shaking. Right, shake, shake, shake. Shake out any of the old energy, the old stress, the day you might have just had. Let it all go. So only breathing in through your nose, you can breathe out now through your mouth with a sound. It stimulates the vagus nerve and calms you down. Okay, coming down, feel the tingles, feel the vibrations. Alright, now, what we're going to do is some of these moves like this. Yes! Now let's get bouncing. Yeah. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Breathe it in.
I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. That's right. I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. That's right. I love my life. I love my life.
Alright.
I love my life.
Yes, yes. Now for the big build up. Now you're just going to dance like nobody's watching.
I love my life. I love my life. I love my life.
breathing a rhythm.
That's right.
Yeah, take it all up. Yeah.
I love my life. What? I love my life. I love my life. Right. I love my life. I love my life. What? I love my life. What? I love my life. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. And now like this. In, out, 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 in, out. Breathe in.
I love my life. I love my life. What? I love my life. That's right.
Ah. How's that feel? So taking all that energy with you, back down into seated position. Feel the spirit moving through you, into you, and around you. That's right. Thank you, ladies.
Thanks, that was fun.
Was that fun? Cool. Okay, so now just check in with how you feel. Yes. Feeling good? Vibrating, buzzing? Nice. So you can do that with any kind of music that you love, right? Dance music, bouncing, shaking, grooving like nobody's watching. That's the sequence. Have a lot of fun. Try and breathe only in through your nose. You can breathe out through your mouth if you need to. Try experiment with rhythmic breathing, breathing to the beats. And then at the end, charge it up, release with a hum. Hum at the end to ground the whole experience. Just do that for 5-10 minutes a day. When you're feeling like low vibe, boom, instant high vibe state, right? So yeah, basically you're rebounding. That's it, rebounding. Rebounding is one of the best exercises. But you can do it without buying a rebounder. Just bounce up and down on the ground. That's all you need to do. If you find you got problems with your knees, just stay on your feet and just move around, shake, groove. You don't have to bounce if you got problems with your knees, all right? Okay, and someone says, not sleepy anymore, love rebounding. Amazing, right? Fantastic. Yeah, so dancing in and out with nose, it's very hard. Okay, at first you're going to find that really hard to do, right? Then you'll start to find it's easier and easier and easier when you do a little bit every day. And someone says, but the words matter too, so I love my life. Yes, it's a very catchy song, right? Okay, so now we're going to do a little breath session together. So I'm going to bring up my new device for our instructors, which is the BDJ, Breath DJ, all right? So here is our new class machine, okay? So what we're going to do, we'll do 2 rounds of this, just to give you a taste of the session. And so what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in a specific way together. Okay? So I'm going to do it with this track actually. Better. I like this one a lot. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going to change this. Okay. So, I invite you, find a comfortable space, and when I say in, you're gonna breathe. You can do this lying down as well if you want, but you're gonna do coherent breathing at the beginning for the first round. When I say in, you're gonna breathe in for 4 beats and then out for 4 beats. So you breathe in through your nose and you can breathe out through your mouth, keeping in the rhythm, in sync with the beats, okay? Breathing in for 4 beats, out for 4 beats, in a perfect harmony with the breath, okay? And then after that, the next round, we're gonna do in for 2, out for 2, okay? So are we ready? And and so the breath retention, I'll guide you through it. When you get to the breath retention, you breathe in, and then you breathe out. And you hold your breath after a full exhale, completely relax. Let your chin go towards your chest. If you're lying down, you can just do this lying down, it's also okay. But if you're sitting up, let your chin go to your chest, completely relax. And then you're holding your breath until your maximum possible effort. Your maximum effort. And then when you get a big urge to breathe, you can take a sip in, breathe back out, and repeat. Until I tell you to breathe in. Send the energy up, hold your breath in, and then release after holding your breath in for a few minutes with a hum. Hum. Okay, so actually what I'm going to do is share this, which is the new visuals tool. So let me just check I can do this. So find a comfortable space where you're not going to be disturbed for this session. Make sure you've turned off all the distractions. And if you're somebody who has any serious high blood pressure issues, if you've ever had a heart attack recently, do this with caution. I would just actually recommend only do the slow rhythmic breathing. Do not do the intense breath work. It's not very intense what we're doing here. We're just going to give you a taste of this. But if you've got a pair of lungs and a beating heart and you can breathe, you should be good with this specific session. But if you're pregnant, if you you've got to do this with caution. If you have epilepsy, sometimes these visuals can actually trigger it. So be careful if you've got uncontrollable epilepsy as well. Okay? But on the whole, most people can do this.
Niraj, a question that came through is about budgeting time. How long will our breath session be?
15 minutes.
And when we inhale is through the nose and out through the mouth, correct?
Yes. That's correct. Okay. Can you see the visuals?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So you ready? Let's go. Make sure the sound is being shared. The sound coming through?
Now we can.
Yes? Okay. So invite you, bring your awareness, with your eyes closed, to the sound. The sound of my voice should be your guide in this journey. Journey into experiencing this natural high with simply the combination of your breath, breathing in beats, the SOMA breath. Natural high that feels like something you really enjoy. And that you're going to want to do over and over again. Because it feels so good. It's going to be your new habit. Now just imagine there's a movie playing in your mind's eye. And on that movie you can project vision, an image, the moment when you felt really, really happy. See what you'd see, feel what you'd feel, hear what you'd hear. You're living in and breathing that moment right now. A moment of absolute love for life. See that right now. Make it big, bright. Become the greatest director of this movie right now. And step into that movie as though it's happening right now. And you can simply just tune into moments in your life, and maybe it could be fantasies or moments in the future where you're really doing something that makes you go, oh my God, I love my life. I absolutely love my life. See yourself doing that right now. Make this present moment right now. Step into that movie as though it's happening right now. That's right. See what you'd see, feel what you'd feel, hear what you'd hear when I say those words, I love my life. With conviction. Like it really matters right now. Notice now where you start to feel those feelings in your body of joy, gratitude, bliss, love. Those good feelings, those good vibrations. Tune into those feelings right now as they're happening right now. And then get a finger or a hand and point to where you feel those feelings right now. Point to where you feel joy, gratitude, love, bliss, happiness. Notice where you feel those feelings in your body right now. And the first impression, the color that represents those feelings. See that color right now, like a channel of light that you're going to be breathing in to every cell of your being right now. That's right. In a moment, we're going to breathe together. And each and every one of you are going to breathe in a rhythm that creates this state of coherence. It's going to feel so good. So let's go. Breathing in. Breathing in, breathing out. So keep breathing, keep connecting. Connect to the rhythm. Breathing in, breathing out. See that color represents those feelings flowing into every cell of your body right now. Connect to the light. 3, 4, out, 2, 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 3, 4, out, 2,
two, three, four. Out, two, three, four. In, two, three, four. Out, two, three, four. In,
a deep breath in. And then breathe all the air out. Hold your breath after a full exhalation. And go deep within your own mind. It's where the answers you shall find to the great mysteries of your life. As life is just a series of inhales and exhales. So you press pause on your breath, you press pause on life in this moment. Allowing the thought files to reassemble, clearing the clutter of the unconscious mind. As we're approaching the first 60 seconds, holding your breath, you may start to feel tingly sensations, warm feelings. Blood vessels start to awaken, the CO2 rises. Now you might start to feel like you can't hold it any longer. So if you can go slightly beyond the comfort zone. And if you need to, you can take a deep breath in and breathe out and hold and keep holding. And now, for those of you who have held it the whole 1 minute 30, the SOMA within is rising right now. So you can take a deep breath all the way in and send the energy up and up. Hold that breath up. Hold it in and become the channel of that light energy. It's flowing through you, into you, around you right now, here and now. That's right. So hold it for another 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now release with a hum. Again, breathing in. One more time, breathe in. Yes. That's right. Let's get ready to breathe together. That's right. Now faster rhythm. Breathing in, 2, out, 2. Breathing in, 2, out, 2. That's right. Breathing, connecting.
2 out.
Yes. This faster rhythm
2 out.
releases more CO2 than normal.
2 out. 2 in. 2 out.
So this temporary
In.
amount of time,
Out.
we're going to start energizing the nervous system.
2 out. 2 in. 2 out. 2.
And it's also going to allow you to hold your breath even
Out.
longer.
2
Next session.
2 out. 2 in. 2 out. 2
Breathing in,
2 out. 2 in.
smooth, coherent breath.
Out.
In and out.
2 in.
Long, deep
2
breaths.
out. 2 in. 2 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 out.
Yes, taking you higher and higher with every breath you take in and out.
2 in. 2 out. 2 in. 2 out. 2 in. 2
Now releasing the endorphins, dopamine. Start to feel those tingling sensations, the vibrations building up inside. So we temporarily stimulate the nervous system with this breath. Start breathing in through the pelvic floor, breathing in through the sphincter, contracting up and letting go on the exhale. Breathing into the pelvic floor, contracting up, releasing on the exhale. The bliss pump. Breathing in, letting go. That's right. In through the sphincter, pelvic floor, letting go on the exhale. Now I'm going to give you a taste of charging up even deeper. Keep going in, out, 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 in, out. Now take a deep breath in. Hold it for a moment. Allow your diaphragm to relax as you hold your breath for a brief period. This is now releasing the internal endogenous DMT. You may start to see the white colors, the lights. And then breathe all the air out. Hold your breath after full exhalation. Really relax every muscle in your body. And still. Relaxed. That's right. Completely still, completely relaxed. And then when you feel you cannot hold your breath any longer and you start to feel that big urge to breathe, see if you can go just slightly beyond the comfort zone, just slightly. That's where the growth happens. That's the metaphor for your life. That's right. Yes. And then you can take a sip in, breathe back out and hold again, going deeper, deeper within. And then when you feel you cannot hold your breath any longer, send the energy all the way up, send it up, send it up, send it up, send it up. Hold your breath on the inhale. Witness the light of your higher self shining through you, within you, around you. And hold it. And release with a hum. Again. just becoming aware of your body, the sensations moving through, vibrations. Know that as we reach the end of this experience today, we shall leave this experience with a new sense of positive energy, connected to the light of a higher power, trust in its guidance or intuition. And know that this was just a very short taste of what we do in SOMA Breath. Now we take you on a journey of profound experiences, like the 21-day awakening journey that builds you up gradually from these very short introductory sessions to full-blown deep dive breathwork experiences, which have now been studied by Cambridge University to give you that profound psychedelic high bliss states without substances, nothing but your breath. But also know that that's not the end goal. The end goal is this inner peace, the afterglow, the improvement to your default state, this natural inner high that lasts and gives you peace of mind, physiologically. And that's all to do with your breath hold time and your ability to retain CO2. So our SOMA Breath instructors and coaches are trained to take you on that journey too, to build you up gradually, to be able to handle these peak experiences, these powerful breathwork sessions that can completely transform your life, but done in the safe, responsible way, not just throwing you in the deep end. So maybe there's some things you've discovered from this session today, that you don't have a very high breath hold time. Maybe you want to get to that 40 seconds. Then maybe you've also learned that you don't need to do these very deep hyperventilation based breath practices to feel good and high naturally. You can do it just with a few minutes of rhythmic breathing a day. So wherever you are, whatever situation you're in, stay here now in this beautiful state, this blissful state. We can discuss some of the next steps for you. So much love and positive energy. Peace. Okay, so welcome back everyone. Wow, so many amazing, wonderful comments. Fantastic. Amazing. Wow, so many beautiful comments here. Okay, just regards the app, we are very busy right now fixing some of the inevitable bugs that happens when you just launch a new app. So they're fixing all that right now as we speak. So please be patient. Thank you for being patient as well while we get all that sorted for you. Okay? Beautiful. So many amazing feedbacks. Okay, so that brings us towards the end, but Jason, it's over to you.
All right. Well, once again, I think we all got to have a benefit of an incredible journey with you, but it goes without saying that we should also take a moment to say a big thank you and again, happy birthday to you, Niraj. to be able to take time on your birthday to come and make an impact to everybody who's here, the ripple out of everyone who's going to watch the replays for this. I think the reactions are coming in strongly, showing us exactly how much we appreciate how beautiful the session was. For those who have just experienced this for the first time, whenever you join us on these sessions, you will no longer be someone who claims to be new. You are now officially a SOMI who has had a taste of the benefits of doing the SOMA breath work. And so we're so glad that you're here. We're glad you got to have this incredible experience with us. And we want to give an invitation for those of you who love the session today and would like to go into one of the more transformational journeys. So with everything that we shared out of the information and the experience, I would love to know if I could take about 5-10 minutes of your time to explain for those who are excited on going on the 21-day awakening journey. We have a really special offer that we'd like to make in honor of Niraj's birthday. And if you type in one as someone who might be curious about going on this 21-day awakening journey, and two, if you just want to listen in and perhaps this is something you'd want to consider in the future, just type in one and two, because what I'm about to do is share the details of what we have coming for those who are not aware of this 21-day awakening journey, what you'll be able to do if you want to enroll with us for a class that will be starting towards the end of August. Now, for those who don't know, our 21-day awakening journey is a 3-week transformational experience. What you've just experienced today for free on Niraj's birthday is just a taste of what you get to experience when we give you the tools and the material and the guidance and mentorship to take you on these 21 days with a weekly call every single week with one of our top mentors who are incredible. And every single day we give you practices so that you can transform your lives in such a profound way, where for a lot of our instructors that are here, they're going to tell you themselves. If you're an instructor, by the way, you can just say, I'm an instructor. You can just type that out into the chat and you've went through the 21-day experience. You know how it is. So you can share maybe a couple words for those who are about to go on this journey, how excited you are for them, because we know how transformative it is for the thousands who have went through it. And we can't wait to have some new people come through the journey as well. And I first want to say that for our mentors and our leaders who train and guide people through this 21-day journey, they are incredible. But we want to do something really special for all of you who are here for Niraj's birthday. Once a year, Niraj himself guides people through the 21-day awakening journey. And this is going to be an invitation for those who would like to be guided by Niraj himself to join on this special class starting towards the later month. And so with that, let me walk you through a few of the details that you should be aware of if you're planning to join us and the incredible offer that we're going to make available. So this is truly a chance for awakening that happens through this experience. We combine the ancient breathwork and the modern technology so we can hack the meditative process and help you change your conditioning and truly have a blissful, peaceful, transformative experience in the process. If you go into the page where we're going to share more details for you to enroll, you're going to see story after story from individuals that have went through this 21-day awakening journey, from having profound health transformation, for having some career shifts that have happened in the process, to truly finding peace and bliss through the process of everyday living at a heightened state. This all happens through people who have decided to make the leap of faith and come into the 21-day awakening journey. This has been the program that was named Best Program of the Year in 2025 by Best Holistic Life magazine. It's been studied, peer-reviewed by the University of Cambridge because they've seen the healing, profound effects that happen from people who go through that journey. And for any person that decides to join with us today, every single time you join in the 21-day awakening, we know the results that happen on the other end. And for any reason that you have not had the most transformational experience by going through the 21-day awakening journey, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee to make sure that for those who leap are coming in, we take care of you and we make sure that you have the profound transformation that you've been looking for. You'll see that throughout the 3 weeks, it is divided into 3 major phases. From the first week, there is an initiation phase where you're going to be reviewing the core principles of what you're going to be doing on a weekly basis, daily basis, and taking you through some initial exercises for you to discover the path that you're about to be going through. On the second wave is an awakening phase where we're going to show you some advanced tools that are truly going to help you discover bliss, see how you build these practices to change your physiology by using the best of what we have here at SOMA Breath. And by week 3, we're going to be taking you through a deep transformative ceremony that we call the SOMA phase, which for most people becomes one of the most profound experiences that they have through any kind of personal growth journey. And all of this is done substance free. And so through these 3 weeks, we prepare you for this powerful third week journey that will truly be a memorable, transformative. We take it through we call it the white light meditation, and it allows you to really step into a space of peace every single day. With that, as we're doing this, we have a few bonuses that are going to be coming through. We're going to have your Breath Shall Set You Free ebook that will be included through the process. And we have 3 bonus meditations that are coming with one of our top instructors, Stephen Whitney, which will be around your average perfect day, your avatar meditation, as well as journey into the white light. And for all of this, for people who unroll to the 21-day awakening journey, which typically is not facilitated through Niraj. If you want to be guided by Niraj himself, this is the only time that you can enroll to be able to do so, as it's a once-a-year event. And it costs $497 to be able to get the live guidance, the training that comes through the course. And for those who are curious to see what that looks like, there is an entire page that will walk you through the details that you need to know around what is included into this program. We're going to be making it 70% off for those who want to enroll throughout this experience. And so you do not pay $497. We are starting the first class on August 27th at 9 a.m. East New York time. This would be 2 p.m. in England, and I believe it would be 3 p.m. in the Central European time zone. You can get the 21-day awakening journey live with the mentorship for $147. It's a one-time payment. If you scan the QR code, it'll take you right to the page to get more information. And this is the training, the webinar recordings, the 30 training videos, all of the modules that are included, and the bonuses as well for $147. And so if you want to join us, you get to scan the QR code. I've put it on the frame here. It is 70% off our regular price point. And by either scanning this or using the link that I'll have the team share into the chat, you can enroll now. And we are starting on the 27th of August. And so if you've enjoyed the session that we went through today and like to go deeper into the process, this is going to be one of the most powerful journeys that we get to put together for our members. And just to walk you through the syllabus, there is so much that you're going to get prepared even before your first call with Niraj. And so you start with some pre-work around your life design. There's a ton of sessions and practices that you'll get a chance to start even before your first live call, and we'll let you even explore the initiation phase as well. So the moment that you enroll, you're going to have some powerful exercises that you'll be able to add to your toolkit, and we're going to be able to all come together for the live call that happens on the 27th. So we're very excited to have a brand new batch of students that are going to be going through this 21-day awakening journey. This is the biggest sale we do of the entire year, and the fact that it's being guided by Niraj makes it a very powerful transformational experience. And so if you're new to Soma Breath, you started this session maybe at a certain level where you're thinking, wow, there's a lot of anxiety, stress, and fear around the world, but I want control over my own physiology. I want to be able to transcend those states. This is the protocol that we have at Soma Breath that tens of thousands of people have went through, and we'd love to invite you to be able to do the same by being guided with Niraj himself at the end of this month with some powerful exercises you can start with right now. And so with that, very excited for the new batch of students, super excited for everybody who had a chance to join us for today. And we'll take some moments to answer some questions for any of you who have some who want to remain. And Niraj, I do believe you are still here. I wanted to know if you wanted to add anything on top of this for those who are considering joining into the program and getting a chance to be mentored by you as well.
Yeah, so there's been quite a few questions about the actual course. Um, so it is a self-study course, okay, with weekly live check-ins with me, where I'll be like coaching you through the course each week. Now, you need to do as much as you can. You don't have to stick to everyday practice, but what I've tried to do is make it as easy for you to do as possible. Like, I think everyone's got 10 minutes, right? Everyone's got 10 minutes to spare a day. So the first week, you're just doing a 10-minute practice every day. That's going to make you fall in love with it. The next week, you're going to do 20 minutes a day. The week after that, it's 30 minutes. That's it. It's 30. You've all got 30 minutes spare. If you don't, doesn't matter. You just do as much as you can. But each week with me, you're going to do the deep dive breathwork session, the longer, more potent, powerful sessions, the ones that get you into these transcendental like states of consciousness. So those ones you can watch the replays if you don't get it with me. I'm also going to give you my secrets of manifesting, the science of magnetic attraction, which is what SOMA stands for, where I'm going to teach you exactly how to craft a new reality tunnel for your life. Like, what do you want to manifest? What do you want to call it? We're amazing at manifesting stuff. Human beings are fantastic manifestors, but usually it's what we don't want. So we're going to get clear on what that is in week 1. And then week 2, I'm going to show you some super tricks on how you can reprogram your mind to accelerate your success, attracting what you want. In week 3, we go into the light. The light is where we're talking about divine states of ecstatic bliss and consciousness, where you get divine downloads, inspiration, and then you get very clear about what it is you really want, and then you get the vision and the energy, the drive to do it. Because every day the practice upgrades your mitochondria. It's a complete whole body transformation. With these breath holds that you just experienced there, you will actually release a dose of those feel-good neurotransmitters, but you also release stem cells. Stem cells hide in areas of the body that are low oxygen. So when you hold your breath for long enough, the stem cells wake up because you lower the oxygen a little bit. And they go to areas where you need healing and restoration and rejuvenation. So you actually get a healing effect from this entire practice. So you get cellular upgrade, you get healing, lowering inflammation, you get naturally high, you get into this divine ecstatic state of consciousness. You learn how to craft the absolute vision for your life and how to get the action to go and do it with the science of magnetic attraction. You're getting all of this. This is a complete transformational course, and that's why it's the protocol that our transformational coaches, if you decide to become one, use to coach their clients and to also earn a very good living doing so too. So that's the 21-day awakening journey. It's my most special, dear to my heart course. We've had tens of thousands of people go through this already. Cambridge University have studied it. They've won awards for it, for the study that they've done. We've had insane testimony, like unbelievable transformation. People who've healed themselves of chronic diseases, have grown their muscles back like Ruben. Ben Greenfield says it's the thing that got him closer to God, right? He's a top biohacker. We've had people like Letitia who had autoimmune like I had, reversed it. I've had people who were literally puking their own vomit, so their own feces, and they were about to be in wheelchairs who have turned this around. Now, I'm not making any ridiculous claims here. I'm not saying that this is going to work for you just like it did for them. I'm just saying that we do have these case studies. You could be one of those case studies. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but if you, for any reason, don't enjoy it, if you find it's not working for you, it's not right for you, you can also get a refund as well. Okay, so we're trying to make this as easy for you to do as possible. I'm insane for doing it at this price, but I want everybody to do this. I want the whole world to do this course because I think that this could be the cure for so many of the world's problems that we're going through right now. All right, so I think that's it. That's the
Thank
mic
you so
drop.
much, Niraj. I see there's a ton of people who have just signed up already. I had the dates put up already. It's going to be a weekly call. And so I'm just scrolling through the page. You're going to see all the details on the page itself, but we're going to have the first call on the 27th at 9 a.m. Eastern time, then at September 3rd, 10th, and 17th. So there's actually 4 calls because we want to make sure there's a wrap-up call once you've finished your 3 weeks as well. We have a kickoff and you have 3 days to sign up. So if you sign up now, you'll be able to start with the material immediately. And I do want to give a little notice for all of you who are Soma Breath instructors and you are active big members. We're going to invite all of you to participate for free since we know that you are out there creating classes, creating transformations, and we want to make sure that you're all a part of this tribe. For those who aren't part of our Breathwork Instructor Globals, we're going to send you an invitation to join in so you can be a part of this beautiful experience. We're going to be hundreds of us going through the 21-day awakening, which is going to make the end of August and the beginning of September a powerful thing going on around the Soma Breath tribe. For everybody going through transformation, this is going to be incredible. And so, guys, if you're inspired, if you've had a great experience today and you know what would happen if you continued down a path of doing this regularly, making it a habit and discovering so much more, we want to invite you to be a part of this incredible cohort. We're going to be hundreds together going through the 21-day awakening journey. And Um, with that, I'm going to go through some questions, make sure everybody's questions get answered. One of them that's coming up, which I actually hope or one of the instructors can help me with this one. Somebody asked if it is recommended to quit caffeine or any kind of coffee while you're a part of doing
I
Soma
just
breathwork. I saw you
I
answer
just
that. Yes.
comment. Yeah, just I love caffeine. I love coffee. So just don't drink. I actually 12 p.m. is also quite early, but like I would say at least before 3 p.m. Don't drink coffee after 3 p.m. So keep caffeine before um, at least 3 p.m. All right, that's the best. 12
Awesome.
p.m. even better.
And there's a question from Maggie here, which is asking how long is each call so I can arrange the breath from work? I believe it usually caps at 2 hours, but Niraj, is there a different time frame we should give?
I would say at least 1 to 2 hours for at least week 1 and 2, but week 3 is the longer one where we go a lot deeper, right? So I like to talk and share, so you're gonna get so much value out of it. I'll give yourself at least 2 hours, and you can also watch the replay. So if you can give yourself three to be super safe for the at least week 3 where we hits the grand finale. All right.
Well, Niraj, I've gotten a chance to work with you for about a year now, and yeah, we've noticed that you do love giving more than what is expected, and so we've always noticed the sessions go a little longer, and everyone who participates benefits from it. And so know that you will be in good hands and taken care of. Um, I see Sylvia. So a lot of our instructors, when you go through the process of becoming a Soma Breath instructor, you go through the 21-day awakening journey. And so some of our instructors are excited that they're getting a chance to do it again as part of their Breathwork Instructor Global, which is our platform where all our instructors connect together, host their classes. We send students over to their classes, and so they'll all get a chance to join in the 21-day awakening journey. Um, yeah, I did see some people comment on the QR code had a bit of an issue, so I've put up a QR code. But right now we're just putting the link in the chat. That's the best way to do that. We'll also send you guys a quick email with the link, and so you can grab the link from that email, so you can make sure you're at the right place. You can sign up immediately, and you'll get access to all of your material. Do. I see here when you say there are video calls, also will it be visual and see you showing breathing pattern, rhythm, as well as the ball moving and follow your movements and body too? I will let you know. Yeah, Angela, there is definitely going to be some visuals when you're on the live calls. We get to interact. We sometimes showcase all the best dancers and all the people who are truly embodying dancing like nobody's watching, and then we show all the exercise in the process as well. So yes, there is definitely video. Um, so yeah, we answered your question. Is it good to do breath work outdoors? My God, I think that one's yes. And obviously, there's different areas with different air quality. I know in Bali, where I spend most of my time, there have been some times where they're burning a lot of trash. And so, unfortunately, the air quality isn't the best. But for those who just came back from the awakening experience in the mountains of Austria with Niraj, definitely got an experience of breathing outdoors on top of mountains in the freshest of air. I'm currently in Ottawa, Canada, and I love the air quality here. So definitely a beautiful place to go into a park and do breath work. And so that answers this question for LaRuth. I see Serta and GRI asking about how is this different from the app. So as of now, when you sign up to this program, it's going to take you into the Soma Breath University platform. So it's like our educational learning platform, which is actually separate from the app. And so you're going to go into a portal. It's going to have a list of the live calls. There's actually a community where you'll connect with everyone else that are going through this journey. And so when you make the purchase, you'll have your unique username, password, which will be separate from the app. But I will say we are working towards developing a technology that will unify the learning experience. The app for now is used for your breath journeys that you want to go through as you're going through the coherence room. You get to try all the tracks, the music. The learning experience is happening on the logins that will be created when you sign up to the 21-day awakening. I see some of our instructors are wondering, how do I get the Breath DJ software? There is going to be an instructor convention happening in a couple of weeks where we're going to show you some of the nice, cool tools that are coming down. We're always taking good care of instructors, making sure to give them the tools they need to be more successful. And so, Barry, you'll just have to be a little more patient as you've had a taste to see what's coming down the pipeline for you guys. Let's see. Yes, the weekly calls will be recorded, Bobby. So if you can't stay for the entire call, of course, we're going to have some recordings available. Um, Nancy, may we have this for life? Well, yes, this will definitely be for your life, but I will tell you the recordings and the access to the training will be available for yours. You're going to get a chance to go through the live journey mentored sessions once with Niraj, but the access to the recordings and the material, all of that is going to be available through the platform. We had Tasha asking, how do I find info about the teacher training? I'm interested in doing the whole thing. I'm going to give you two pathways here, Tasha. One is if you go to somabreath.com, you're going to see there's a place where you can see more about our various certifications to become either a Soma Breath instructor or a transformational coach. You can follow the steps, you fill in an application, and we want to just know more about your why. See, at Soma Breath, we're in the business of making our instructors successful, and we want to make sure we understand the reasons why you want to become an instructor, how we can support you in reaching your goals. And so you'll get a chance to book a vision and flow call with our team who will walk you through the next steps. But I'll also suggest another pathway for those who are completely new to Soma Breath and you're deciding to join into the 21-day awakening journey is the moment you enroll, we're actually going to give you an opportunity to become a facilitator as well. And that's going to be offered right after you sign up to the 21-day awakening journey. By becoming a facilitator, this is the first step that you can take into learning the science of breath work deeply and understanding the powers of facilitating with Soma Breath journeys. And that is going to be the foundation and the first step before you go down the path of becoming an instructor. And you'll see so much more details when you enroll to the 21 day about the option of taking that path, because we've noticed more than 60% of people who go through a Soma Breath journey, through the awakening journey, have had such a profound transformative shift in their own life that they feel inspired to bring this to the people they care about, whether that's their friends, their families, their coworkers, or even maybe perhaps making a profession, which you absolutely can, because we have thousands of instructors around the world who have decided to make it their own life mission to go out there and bring the medicine of the breath and being fulfilled, successful doing it as well. And so that is an available pathway for you. We encourage you as the first step to be able to come into the 21-day awakening journey, and you'll be able to see the profound transformation within yourself as you go forward and bring this to others as well. So Tasha, I hope that answers your question as well. I'm seeing some other questions coming in here around, can I sign up tomorrow? There is a countdown. We're doing this sale until the end of this week. Again, the earlier you sign up, the more you're going to have access to the initial preparation material. And the sale right now, you'll have a link in your email that you'll see the exact countdown as to when that expires. But we can't wait to welcome you guys to join. And the moment you do, you're going to have access to all that preparation material. And the first call is going to happen on the 27th as well. Okay, I'm going to take a deep breath as I listed a ton of questions. Let's see. Would this 21 days be a good option to become a facilitator? Veronica, absolutely. It is the first step. And once you go through that 21 journey, you become a facilitator. We can walk you through the steps. Oftentimes, we've noticed many people go through our facilitator training. They want to take the next step to be able to become an instructor. When you book a call with our team, we walk you through the steps to make that happen. And oftentimes your initial investments are going to be bundled in and discounted for your facilitator program. So definitely check that out. We take care of our students who want to become instructors and walk you through the best possible pathway. I think that is it. I see that people were asking about Austria. We have a live awakening retreat that Niraj does once a year. And this is an opportunity for people who want to come and have a beautiful, transformative experience in person. It's a mastermind event. You've seen some of the participants in the background. So we've just finished the one for this year. Next one will be next year. And that is going to be something you'll find out some more details later in the year. And I think that's the majority of the questions that came in through the chat. And
Diana
so,
has her hand up.
oh, sorry, I'm not looking at the pictures here. Diana, there you are. Hi. I'll give you a chance to unmute. You'll see a button.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
Okay, I already have the 21 days on the Soma app, And
Okay.
I was just wondering if since Niraj has completed a different, will I need to go into that one or will it
Yes.
be available?
So when you sign up through the app, I don't think it includes your live journey with Niraj himself. So I'm going to encourage you to do something different, which is write to support and let them know with what email you signed up before. So that way we'll be able to enroll you into the right program. So you get to do the one with Niraj himself. And so there might be a question of getting you to purchase this platform, and then we'll refund you whatever it is that you had initially purchased. So just support at somabreath.com. Let them know the details. Monica, who's on the call, which, by the way, all the regular SOMIs know about Monica. She's our wonderful support team member. She takes care, and she's been quite a busy bee. It is actually midnight for her right now, and she's on this call taking care of everyone, sharing links. And so when you write to her, or Carmi, who's also on the team, they will take good care of you and they'll make sure to get you into this cohort and get you on the program with Niraj as well. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so very much.
No worries, Diana. Excited to have you coming through the journey, and we'll see you on the live calls as well. Lydia,
Absolutely.
I see that hand up, so let's see what I can do.
Hello. I've had a vocal tic for a long time because of stress and living with an alcoholic, and I'm wondering if this program is going to help me reset everything so that I can live without it. It's been about 5 years.
Lydia, obviously, we're not going to make any promises for any kind of medical miracles, but what I will say is the amount of stories of transformation that we constantly get, the amount of emails, messages, videos we receive from participants inside the 21-day awakening journey that have had profound transformative effects to their health, mental, or physical conditions is staggering. And so, what I would suggest is to dive in, given that we do offer that 30-day money back guarantee, because we know for a lot of people, this is new. I'm not sure if this will work for me. But the fact that you make the decision, you dive in, and all the exercises that get included in the program will create such a powerful effect for you. So we will not make any kind of guarantees, but I will say that you're going to go in, you're going to experience something powerful. And who knows, you may turn to be one of the stories that we hear so much about. Or this might be something that is a new toolkit for yourself, and you'll get to decide within 30 days if this was worth your money and your time. But I will say, it's been one of those programs we've had the least amount of people ask for their money back because of how powerful it is. But we want to make sure that you don't feel stressed about making a decision that's going to be there to help you. Does that make sense? Awesome. We hope to see you on the live call. I think this is going to be beautiful. And, for us, this is why we do these. We get a chance to really create some profound change for people discovering this. And so, very excited. And we'll see you on the end of August when we have the first kickoff call. And okay, let's see. I think we answered everything. We did promise 2 hours. We're on 2 hours 15, so we're a little over. And so I will say this has been fantastic. You guys have been fantastic. For all of you new people, I think the final thing I would do is remember we started with a poll, and I always love to start and oh no, oh yes, my poll is still here. Okay, are you guys ready for our little before and after that we're going to check in with everyone? And so don't do it just yet. But here I have, we started at a 6.6. I'm going to reset our data point and I'm going to ask you from 1 to 10. How do you guys feel now that you've had your Soma breath experience by learning a ton about how the breath works on the body, by getting to experience a few different techniques from the breath coherence, from understanding your breath hold times, and to actually experience a Soma breath journey as well? And this comes to no surprise for us who's been doing this for quite a while, is we're noticing a profound shift in state. We got to dance, we got to shake, we got to breathe, and we got to come together as a community, which is kind of the added bonus of what happens when you're a part of Soma Breath is we have amazing science that backs our method. We have incredible practices that truly bring results, but it's also because we come in as a community that creates a profound impact of this Maharishi effect where we're all setting a group intention. We're all here supporting each other and doing something beautiful in the process. So I want to say thank you for showing up, playing full out. Once again, a big happy birthday to Niraj, which is exactly how we're going to close the session today, is I'm going to give you all a chance to unmute, wish a happy birthday and a thank you to Niraj, and we're going to be closing the session for today. I will say much love, keep breathing, and we hope to welcome you into the 21 day. Happy birthday, Niraj, and thank you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Niraj.
Thank
Birthday,
you.
Niraj.
Happy birthday. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey,
Lots of energy.
Niraj, you rock, man.
Cumpleaños.
Thank you so much from the depth of the heart.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay
Niraj.
healthy and living.
Yeah.
Cumpleaños,
Happy
master.
birthday.
Yeah.
Birthday.
Beat the bound.
Felicidades.
Beat the bound,
Carlos,
Dady.
muchas felicidades, amor, para ti.
Happy birthday.
All of you.
Thank you.
Immunity is the cure.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It breaks my heart to do this, but I will hit the mute button. I will send kisses and waves. Take care, everyone. Much love. Be at peace.
Much love, everyone.